I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better by Square podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mark with the mic.
What is up?
Chilling, Mark. Lots of stuff going on. I know there's been tons of little goodies coming out of, what is it, the virtual SDCC this year.
My pockets hurt.
Yeah. No,
my pockets hurt a lot.
Especially the wrestling figures. There's so many cool ones coming out of that. I mean, you can definitely get to recap a little bit of the stuff you saw. There's been lots of stuff with the Xbox Game Showcase, and we can talk about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't blow everybody's socks off, but hey, y'all, Halo is real. So.
Yeah, I was sad. I was sadly disappointed. There were some like ones that caught my eye, but it was like, will I buy an Xbox for this? Maybe not.
That's the big thing. Nothing made me go, man, you know what? I'm not buying a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, nothing. But then again, also, PlayStation kind of won me with Spider-Man, and I don't think nothing's going to take that away from me.
I mean, for me, it was Demon Souls. So.
Yeah.
But I will say, and we'll get more into it later.
Yeah.
But the Phantasy Star game I saw, that could be something big.
Yeah.
Because that's supposed to be a complete, like, from the ground up thing, and it's not just an expansion. So I'm like, really? That's interesting.
Okay.
But also this episode, we have the newest verdict, and it's more the same, unfortunately. Resident Evil Extinction is this week, right?
Yep. The third movie of Resident Evil 6.
Boy. We only 3 in. How many more we got? 5?
3 more.
3 more?
3 more.
Are you sure? Well, yeah. I mean, we will do the new one if it ever comes out, right?
No,
it's supposed to be
the third. Yeah. No, they did the final chapter.
We did the final one? Oh, so that's it?
Yeah. So it's 3 more. It's Retribution, Afterlife, and Final Chapter.
Final chapter. All right.
So we got 3 more of those bad boys to go, and we have a lot of Wimbo the next couple weeks. So,
damn it,
we got like 2 movies in a row of his, and then 1 before it. So we have Postal, we have Hitman, Name of the King, and Far Cry. Those are the next 4 movies we're doing. So.
I hope Postal is as decent as you said it is.
Okay.
That's all I can really say.
I hope so
too,
movie. Because I remember seeing it really drunk too. So there's a chance that I found it more funnier than what it was. So there's a big chance that I was drunk during that time too. Yeah, and then San Diego, you just talked about San Diego on Digital Comic-Con hit so much stuff announced, from comics to games. I don't know a lot about the comics. I'm kind of catching up with that, but I know for the toys, there's a lot of good stuff coming out. But Walmart and Target got a lot of exclusives that they can't handle, and their website sucks. And I'm getting annoyed because I didn't get my hands on that Rock Band Turtles, but I'm hoping I will get my hands on it eventually because they're way too expensive on eBay. They're going for like $300-$400. Some people are selling $800.
Already? Like, these are things that just came out, right?
Yeah. And the funny thing is, a lot of them actually don't have it in hand. So, like, a lot of those things I won't trust because it's not handled in hand.
Wow. That's nuts.
Yeah.
How were you able to sell without having the thing in hand?
You could still send the picture and just have it, like, give yourself 2 weeks to have it in hand.
Oh, really? Wow.
Didn't know it was like that. So you got to be careful with that. I'll say some of the Hasbro Marvel stuff was kind of cool. They're doing all the X-Men movie figures because now that Marvel got the rights back from Fox, they're doing all the X-Men like movie figures, and like the Logan is getting a figure with Xavier. You have Old Man Logan with Hawkeye coming out. You have Deadpool with Supersonic Teenage. What was her name? Supersonic Teenage Warhead or some shit.
Yeah, the girl from Deadpool, right?
Yeah. And then you have Domino from the movie coming out. You also have Cable from the movie coming out.
Oh, awesome.
So you have a lot of those Fox movies coming out, which is I'm excited about. They look really cool, but I kind of stopped with the Marvel Legends, so I probably won't touch those.
The newest thing I saw that piqued my interest was they're redoing the Giant Sentinel.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who the line is that make it up, but I just thought that was interesting.
So that was part of the Hasbro Labs, and they had to get a certain people to bid into it in order to create it, but it got way over the amount of money that it got. So not only do you get the big ass Sentinel, you get the Sentinel Prime, and you get a female Sentinel Prime and things like that. So there's a lot of things coming with it.
What? Wow. But that was a part of the thing that was exclusive, so it's not gonna be to every. Okay.
It's Hasbro Labs. I think they still are. I think they're still taking pre-orders.
Oh.
But it's like $300.
I mean, that is something crazy. But
it's huge.
It's huge. Yeah, that's the thing.
It's like the size of what they were saying. It like it's standing. It's like the size of the Unicron.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
That Unicron is fucking huge.
I know he is. I know he is.
Yeah.
Oh man. See, but that's pretty dope. So
no, that's cool.
What all was the things that you saw that hit you? Each, like if you could name things from like each brand that you're interested in.
So you know I'm big into the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. So from what I saw from there, I saw like I think it starts pre-orders in September for the Lord Drakkon version 3, which is because in the comic he kind of evolves with all the power he steals. So this is like his max form. And you see him, and there's a big box. It comes with all the Rangers' helmets that are all broken down and shit. And it looks really dope. So that's one that's one key one I definitely want in my collection. NECA does amazing stuff. It's just like the way to get them is fucking annoying. So wherever they show, that was pretty cool, but I'm kind of annoyed because it's not accessible to get. And they don't do pre-orders. I think the best thing they did was the GameStop pre-orders for the movie Turtles, and seeing that GameStop, half of them are going away. You might not be getting it again. So those I kind of want to see, and what I heard and saw was pretty cool. They have a bunch of old movie ones too, like the Back to the Future, Bill and Ted are coming out as well, so they look good. McFarlane with the Batman lines, he has a shitload of coming out. It looks pretty interesting. I just don't like the size of the figure, and I think they're stiff, so I don't really care about for those, to be honest with you.
Why is it they don't have articulation?
They do have the articulation. They just really big, and they look doofy. They look like just doofy looking. Like I kind of wanted the Batman, the Batman Who Laughs. And I saw him in person, and I just did not like the figure. I was like, oh, that's ugly ass.
What are they like? What size? Like not the big 12-inch figures, are they?
They're like 8 point something. They're big. They're tall. So if you go to like Target, you'll see them. They've been having them there lately. I saw the Nightwing. Nightwing looked pretty cool. But they I'm not crazy about them. But the Power Ranger Lightning Collection, that Lord Drakkon looked pretty dope. They have not mentioned anything about Wave 3, the Wave 6 or 7 yet, but they did announce that Target has an exclusive Ranger, and Walgreens is going to have an exclusive Ranger. Target has the Black Dino Charge Ranger, and then Walgreens is going to have the White Dino Thunder Ranger, which is Trent, the Black and White Ranger. That one's coming, so those are the ones I'm looking for. But the Lord Drakkon one, I think, is one that really caught my eye, and I really want that one. Okay. G.I. Joe is getting a whole bunch of things, but I kind of gave up. Honestly, I had so many of the G.I. Joes pre-ordered, and I kind of canceled it because I was like, y'all getting too ridiculous. Like, y'all coming out way too fast for my taste.
Is the Scarlet a part of? Not Scarlet. What's her name? Baroness?
Baroness just got announced, but the only thing with Baroness, she comes with a vehicle.
That's what I saw. I was gonna ask, is that a part of the brand new news,
Yeah.
or is that old?
Yeah, that's the new news. Like she's part of the third wave, but she's the first one to come with a vehicle for the 6-inch figures. They are redoing the old school 3-inch ones. They're coming out soon as well.
Really? What?
Yep.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
How about?
I was like interested in that.
Are they gonna do play sets for GI Joe?
They're doing vehicles and shit. So.
But I'm saying, like, they had some set piece stuff.
They had
I
some
believe.
really
Like,
humongous ones.
yeah, and then they had like the case that you could put them all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like GIG went all out back in the day.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know if they could pull that off today.
We'll see
anybody-
because
remember, all right, you show me one that was not that old, maybe a few months ago. The Turtles one that was that huge display,
yeah.
but that wasn't like a playset, was it?
No, it was like a diorama and shit.
Yeah. So do toy companies today? Is that still a thing? The playset?
Not as much unless it's more aimed for kids. So like the new
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles, Rise of the Turtles, they do have a playset, but it's mainly aimed for kids. It's not aimed for.
No, I don't mean.
No, but it's
I don't
aimed for
even
the
mean
kids' toys.
the
They
age
do it
range.
sometimes.
I just want to know if they still exist.
Yeah, they do. The Rise of the Turtles, they do have a playset.
All right, cool.
It's like the turtle layer and shit. So
That's interesting. Nice.
yeah, that's good. I actually been watching that cartoon, The Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
How was it?
It's not bad. I'm actually enjoying it. John Cena plays a great villain in the show. He's like one of the main villains. One of the funniest things I like I find funny in this series, Splinter, Yamato Yoshi. He was a famous martial artist movie actor, as in like a Bruce Lee character, and how they learned the martial arts was from Splinter's old movies.
All right, that's
I
awesome.
love that. I thought it was so silly. It was funny. And now he's a fat little rat that he used to be a actor and shit, but he like lived his fame, and the Turtles worship him because of the movies. They love the movies.
Okay, so do they have a completely original origin story for everybody?
Just Splinter. Splinter kind of has his own new story. The characters, there's not a lot of repeating characters besides April. Shredder just showed up, and Shredder is like an entity. He's not really a person.
Really?
He was
Wow.
honestly he's kind of like I'll say like Galactus, or like like Galactus. Like he's a world destroyer, and if you possess his power, he'll destroy the world for you, kind of thing.
What? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so that's kind of how they have him. He looks like a monstrous, and the John Cena character kind of has control of him right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the difference of it. It's a good series. The fact that YouTube TV added Nickelodeon, it has the whole series on it, so I just binge watched it. They're 15-minute episodes. There's a half-hour episode, but it's two episodes in one. They're fun. Their voice acting's alright. It's a fun show. Is it my favorite? No, but it's very entertaining.
Does it feel like it'll be something that you'll remember for a while after you've done watching it? Like, you know how
I think I do. It has enough things to make you laugh, and it has enough it has enough stuff to give you a good laugh. It has enough stuff to keep you remembering. Like the wrestling episode was probably one of my favorite ones, because pretty much Leonardo is dressed as John Cena, and he fought the person that talks John Cena. So it's fun. It's funny. It's fun. I would have say honestly, like 2012 is the one that took over for me. Like that's my favorite series. I like that more than the original.
that's not a spin-off of anything, right? That was completely original
Yeah.
when they redid that one.
Yeah.
And does that one have? See, the thing I don't know about the Turtles when they keep coming back for different, I guess, animation studios and what have you.
Yeah.
Do they always get a different ending? I mean, not different ending. Do they always get a different origin, or do they have to have certain things always be there?
So I'll say in the original one, Yamato Yoshi was the Splinter. Splinter, he pretty much found the Turtles, Mutant, like that. 2012, very similar to that one.
Oh, but here's a question I have for you. In every scenario, does there have to be a human involved for the Splinter to become?
No, because in the movie, Splinter was a rat, and he learned martial arts watching his.
So that, like, he had the influence from what was the guy that he was influenced by?
Yamato Yoshi.
So
Splinter in the movie was a rat that his master Yamato Yoshi was killed, and he used to watch him do martial arts. And then he found himself alone. He found turtles. He was mutant, and that's when they got mutated. So he was a rat before a human.
No, but I'm talking about the thing that influences each one. Is his thing always that type of guy? Yamato Yoshi is always martial artist guy. Like in every series that you've seen, they brought him back. And the turtles always been the mutagen.
Yes.
In the same way. So okay. So like they have a static origin always.
Yeah. I say honestly, the best version of the story I think was my 2012 series. I think that one had, honestly, to this day, I think Splinter was my favorite character of that series.
Oh, okay.
He was like the breakout star of that series. Like he actually will give you emotions. He'll make you fucking cry. Like a lot of the things that happen to him. So it's like, oh shit! Like it's nice seeing that kind of story, especially like him being a father, him really taking the reins of being a father to the turtles and things like that, and the interactions and how the turtles feel about him as well. Like you really saw on the 2012 series, you really saw that.
So you think it was the writing that was the good thing, or was like the voice acting, or was it?
I think it was everything. I think they had the perfect Splinter, in that I think the voice was good, his mannerism was good. When he fought, when Splinter fought, it reminded me of the Shadow Ranger.
Oh, okay.
He's busting ass, and he's gonna take everyone out. And that was the one thing I loved about Splinter. Splinter was not like old in the mentality that he gonna get fucked up. No, Splinter fucked people up.
Gotcha.
And that was one of the best things. 2012 series is probably one of my favorites.
Was that the special? I'm trying to think of the series because I know how many of them were CG.
That was the only one that was CG. The movie was CG too.
And so you think that one took the influence from the movie, or was it vice versa?
No, the CGI movie came out before the series.
So do you think that the movie made it good enough for them to go ahead with that? Like,
I think I don't know, because I think because Nickelodeon took over it at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So Nickelodeon kind of wanted a fresh face, but they had they had a style they wanted to do. As in, they didn't take any influence off of the CGI movie. Like the Turtles didn't look the same, or they had a whole like this different design. So I don't think they took any influence of the CGI movie into this one.
Okay, I just wonder if it made it possible by like being successful. That's what I mean. Because
it's possibly.
The reason I asked that is because specifically for Ninja Turtles, isn't that the first like generation that they went CG?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, that's a long time to wait.
Yeah.
Technically, like even Transformers was CG when it was still bad. You know what I mean? Like, if you think most really popular series, they took a stab at it.
Yeah. And
Turtles was like 2012. That's pretty late. So like, I wonder if the movie doing good. Since you said it came out first, I wonder if they were like, oh,
the movie did do well. The movie for the budget and all, it did do well.
So like, I wonder if it gave them a confidence to do the series in CG, or maybe it was probably just planned. This is the year of CG, so you know.
Or wherever was easier to make the show too.
True, because isn't that easier on animators?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, I do remember seeing some. Was there a female turtle that was like a member of that team or no?
No, that was Venus, and that's in. We don't talk about this series.
No, no. So okay, there's a later series. There's a later like
the comic book, and there's a new female turtle.
No, not that. Maybe she wasn't a member of the team. There was like a thing with Raphael.
Oh, Mona Lisa. They brought Mona Lisa back, and she was like a lizard in a spacesuit.
She was okay, thank you. That's the character I'm thinking of. Mona Lisa.
Yes, they brought Mona Lisa back.
What series was that? 'Cause I
2012.
remember.
2012.
Okay, so all right, so I did see some of that. All right. I
It's
didn't
all on
finish-
Hulu.
That's what it was. Oh, it's okay.
The whole series on Hulu is well worth watching. I think you really enjoy it.
Because I'm trying to remember. I think you told me about it before, and I was watching some of it, but I also remember watching multiple Turtle series at that time too, just
Yeah.
to get a feel
Yeah.
of like which ones were like really good and really bad, and I just didn't stop. and
So,
watch the whole thing.
talking about the Turtles before we go more into our verdict, the I Shell Shock podcast, we did the Michael Bay first movie, and it was that bad. The thing we talked about is what we're going to do next after we're done with the movie. So the next movie we're going to do is Out of the Shadows, which was the second Michael Bay production movie. And then we're going to do our bonus episode, going to be the concert. And then we're going to do the Batman Ninja Turtle animated movie.
Okay.
And then after that, we're going to start the TV series. So the first one we would probably do is season 1 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think we're going to do it in that form. And I think those are going to take a little longer because we have to watch the whole series. And so, yeah, we are going to go through the cartoon series. The 89th, I could tell right now, is going to... The first 2 seasons is going to be fun. And it's going to be really hard to get through.
Oh man. Okay, can I ask if you remember, because I haven't gone back.
Yeah.
Do you remember does the dip in quality coincide with the changing of the intro? When they finally change the intro, is that around when it starts getting bad?
So no, I think I got it bad before that.
Okay.
So you had the first 3 seasons, I'll say. Now, this was before they went to Channel 2. So they were, I think, Channel 11 for a while.
And so if you count those 3 seasons, would you say that those are probably the episodes that everybody remembers?
Yes, those are the ones that Burger King had videotapes of. Those are the ones that had VHS tapes and all that stuff.
No.
So the first 3 seasons were the ones that had the key episodes.
I hate that Pizza Monster episode. That came in the Burger King tape.
Yep.
I
That was one.
hate that episode.
The Great Baldini was one. The Gravity Boot one was one, and I forgot the other one.
What season were the neutrinos in?
First season.
Damn, I hardly remember them.
They were in the first season. I think they showed up again in the second season, but they were in the first season.
Okay.
Because the
All I
first
remember
first season was only like 7 episodes.
All I remember was they were there, and then not long after there was the Rock guys.
Yeah. Because
And
they Dimension X.
yeah, those dudes were cool.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing the original cartoon. I'm actually may just pick up the DVDs, just the fact that I can't find them streaming anywhere, and I want to watch them in order. So I might just buy the box set and go through them from there. I hope 2003 has one, because I know 2003 series I really liked. It was more based on the manga, on the Image comics. I think that one was more on the comics. But it kind of went to a different direction as well. Like Shredder lined up being a crane, and the cranes had like a secret building in New York City, and that they were doing the Mutant and things like that. So they did a lot of good things with that series, and I like the 2003 series as well.
You know what's funny? You mentioned like that series being complete and getting the DVDs, and I heard because I haven't heard it in a long time because I haven't really done them. Listened to Smodcast, and that's Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman.
Yeah.
Usually the like the weekend entertainment and whatnot, but
Yeah.
they're gonna do a Batman 66. Like they're gonna recap all the episodes.
Oh, cool.
And so I had just learned because of listening to that those weren't out for the longest time.
No.
But now they're actually you can buy them, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what? I have to get that. That is one of my favorite shows. I don't know, it's not even that great, but man, Batman 66 is nuts.
Yeah.
It's so and I'll just point out that episode is really good because Ralph is a mad genius when it comes to Batman.
Yeah.
Knows everything. And I did not know that the Batusi was in the first it was in the pilot, not the first episode.
It was in the first episode.
just
So
man,
I have the box set of that.
okay. This is on
It's
Blu-ray or
probably
is it
my
like
mother's.
just DVDs?
It's a regular DVD. It came in the Batmobile and shit.
Okay.
So I got that. I love that. Like I actually love that series. That's something I actually like. Honestly, if you want to do something and actually go through that, I'm 100% for that. I
Okay.
loved the '60s Batman show. It was fun. It was stupid, but it was so fun.
Yeah,
And
but it's just
they even
they're
had a
gonna
movie
go through
too.
it. But you might be interested in listening to that cast. Like we should probably, like I should probably buy the set and we could look through them and all that.
Yeah.
That'd be good. But like, it's just man, there's so much I didn't know. About
Yeah, it was a
that
good
show.
series. Talking about Ralph Garman, he co-wrote the comic book with Kevin
For-
Smith for the Batman '66 comic book that was out from DC.
Okay.
Ralph
cool,
Garman
cool.
had a big hand in writing that comic. It was really
know what-
good too.
Man, you know what's messed up but also cool is that he had a hand in getting Adam West his star.
Yeah,
Like he had the fight and he was the guy who had the fight to get him the star. That
Good.
kind of sucks that you had to do that, but
good.
it's cool that he was. Hey, Ralph Garman's a cool dude.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I'll
Um,
definitely listen to it. I'll check it out when I get a chance. But yeah, I love Batman '66. I used to love that series. I used to run around with my fucking bedsheet on my neck, fucking watching the shit.
oh man, I just remember like when they had those mini marathons of it. That's the only way I remember watching it because it was probably way beyond that show being on any network.
Yeah,
But it would come on. I think it was Channel 11,
yeah. 5 o'clock.
and
They
like
show 2 episodes.
yeah, and then there will also be like a Batman marathon every once in a while.
And then Sci-Fi
they-
started doing it when they had the rights to that show.
Oh, see, I never got to see it on Sci-Fi. I wish I would have known that.
Yeah.
So
I used to watch. Yeah, I watched it all the time. I used to love that series. So I'm all for that. Just talking about that, like I actually love that series. It was so cheesy, but it was so good.
I didn't
And then
know-
surprisingly, there were supposed to be other characters that show up in that show too.
I can imagine. But it's just man, just the shit you learn is I didn't know that the Riddler's look basically came from that one
Yeah,
because he didn't have a suit before, and
Yeah.
the guy had to make him a suit because he didn't want to wear spandex.
yeah,
He eventually wore spandex because I don't know if you remember.
yeah.
he did have
In
the
the movie,
one question mark,
yeah,
but he had a suit, and I was like, oh, I don't remember the suit.
yeah.
But
And I remember the movie. The movie was a big thing.
yeah, see the movie I also remember, but the movie was so over rerun
Yeah,
that it was like I kind of got tired of it.
yeah. The bat
But-
pellet, the bat shark repellent.
The whole what is it? People, yeah, yes, the bomb,
Yeah.
the climbing up the building, the freaking part with the helicopter. Yeah, it's a lot. Dehydration
Yeah.
gun, I think it was. Turning a little pile of ash in the seat.
Yeah.
Shit was ridiculous. What about the clothes, man? That doesn't make sense. All right. So I guess before we start the verdict, we could talk a little bit about the Xbox showcase.
Yes.
It wasn't too many actual games. They did one of the cool things, though. I will say before we talk about the actual games was they did mention that everything in demo form will be available on the Game Pass. So I think that a lot of the things that they show were playable or are soon to be playable, which is really cool. And just that so much stuff is going to be playable through that pass.
Yeah.
That's kind of turning out to be one of like the main sticking points still they got going for them. But with that said, like, man, they got to work on some games.
Yeah.
I don't know, Murr.
I agree too.
This thing did not make me want to go out and buy an Xbox.
I watched
maybe
the
wanna-
whole. I watched the whole press conference or whatever they fucking call it. I took the time to watch it just to see what they were presenting and things like that. Halo looked good. Halo
That
looked
looks-
Halo.
I'll say that Halo looks fun.
Yeah.
Like I'd like to play that. That reminds me. It reminded me of Halo 3.
They bring
And
me
if-
back to the
yeah,
days.
Yeah, I'll play that with friends. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah, I dug Halo. Halo is a game that I'm interested in playing. I miss playing with my friends. Like, you have 4 people playing the campaign, things like that. I miss that. That's a fun thing to do. I'm all for that. The game looked good. Did it sell me on buying a system? No, because I could play it on Xbox One.
There you go. See?
The Game Pass itself is a selling point. I 100% agree with that. Game Pass is worth the money that it is. You get so many games for a little price. So honestly, if you really want to put $300 on a box and pay for that one thing, you're good, because all the exclusives are going on there. So you don't actually have to buy games. You just have to make sure you beat them in the time that they're offered. And even if you beat them at the time, once you have it with the Game Pass, they're yours until further done.
Yeah, that's true.
So go ahead.
It's just a lot of the systems stuff that they're saying around how they're going to change up Game Pass. It sounds all good.
Yeah, it sounds all
more
good.
Access to a lot of the PC things going on, like the better integration with something called Cloud X streaming, like all that stuff on the technical end sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's not enough to make me just go, out of these two things, I really want to buy this, and it just hasn't. I'm hoping the one thing that probably will make me decide earlier is if they do come up with that second box, the one that's the rumor that I forget the code name that people are saying, but like Blackheart,
yeah, Black.
And then it's supposed to be basically the S version of the Series X.
Yeah,
if that's the case, and it's like way cheaper, hey man, let me see, let me talk to you for a little bit. But until that's the case, you know, they're still trying to sell you a black monolith.
Yeah.
and the Halo ain't doing it on its own.
That El Valor, what was the game called? The Valor. The one that looked kind of like a Skyrim kind of ish game with the sword and the magic.
Okay, so that's from. Is that from Obsidian?
Obsidian, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm interested in that game.
Okay.
I thought it looked good. I was like, okay.
I really like the presentation for Psychonauts 2.
That was cool.
Ridiculous.
That was cool. I liked the what was it? The Into the Wild, or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah. But I kind of get mad at games like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what that is, and I still don't know what that is. I'm just being perfectly honest.
Yeah.
I kind of start to really dislike trailers where it's all this really heartfelt speaking and sweeping motions and all like the band of friends or whatever coming in. Like, you saw how it looked.
Yeah.
And I love how it's animated. I like, if that's the in-game assets, then damn, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But what is that?
Yeah.
And it has no buzz before that, so I'm like, nah, I don't know. I'd love to love it, but nah.
Yeah.
So
yes. All right.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's alright.
The Game Pass and that what they're doing with that sounds great. Sounds genius. Maybe if the Xbox, the one you're talking about, is like $250 or $200, I'll definitely get that. But as in being my main console that I'm gonna get, like if I was gonna get something at launch, it won't be the Xbox. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, it is so Forza, and Forza looks better than Forza's ever looked before. But I'm not a car guy. But
also, it also goes to the fact that, like, I'll say this on, like, if you use the Xbox as a main, like, TV source or, like, media source or anything like that, the Xbox is better than the PS. 100%. Okay. It runs everything smoother. It runs everything faster. Everything works better on the Xbox. Like, HBO Max works better on Xbox than the PS4. Netflix works better on Xbox than PS4. Like those things that if you're using it as a media source, Xbox is better. But if you're just doing it for games, then I'll be like, I don't know.
Let me tell you, Xbox 360 runs Netflix better than PS4.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Doesn't make sense.
They have that integrated really well. Like the way they have everything integrated is fine. The Game Pass works flawlessly. Things like that, it works great. They just didn't show. They had no bang into their press conference. There was no like, oh shit, I need to get that. There was no game there that I said, damn, I need to get that.
You know why like a lot of like people that watch the media from like Giant Bomb, or maybe sometimes I watch GameSpot stuff too.
Yeah.
And like things like Tetris got a big reaction, but it felt like no other game got the got the Halo treatment. So because that was really a reveal for Halo, everything felt almost third, not even secondary, you know?
Yeah.
And so nothing felt, it just, yeah, like you said, nothing popped as much as what they were trying to show off, and what they were trying to show off just wasn't like, damn. It was just more like, all right. But all right, it's not gonna make me buy your system.
Yeah, exactly.
Or at least generate the hype. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. One exclusivity that does make me interested, although it disappointed me last generation. I mean, it took till the end of the console's life basically to become good, and that's Street Fighter V.
Yeah,
is that it was exclusive, and that was one of the things that made me decide, am I gonna buy Xbox or PS4? So thus far, there's no fighting games that are exclusive. So Guilty Gear is probably gonna be on both. So like that's one thing that I think Microsoft should have came out with KI.
Mm-hmm.
Like if that was there, that probably would have been like,
yeah. They hit that. There was a lot of. They have a lot of like franchises that I think would have turned heads if they showed them. Like imagine a new Ninja Gaiden that was exclusive to Xbox.
Damn it! What happened? Damn it! Yeah,
that would have been awesome. I won't say Gears, because Gears, you're fresh off of Gears of War, and it did okay. It didn't do that well, but it did okay. But you have Halo that showed up. Fucking what, Banjo-Kazooie? You could have did something amazing with them, and do something different. And
you still wait on Battletoads, right?
I'm still waiting on Battletoads, and I heard bad things about it too.
That's not good.
Yeah, like there's no Battletoads. You saw the Battletoads in that freaking that home that game that you're drunk.
Yeah,
you saw a Battletoad there.
That's it.
But there was nothing. There was no like. What if the next Mass Effect trilogy starts on Xbox? Like the Mass Effect started on Xbox originally.
They gotta earn the people's trust again, though. Yeah. Man.
But like
they hurt people.
But I'm just saying an example. Like no, Mass Effect 1 was exclusive on Xbox.
I'm just messing around.
And for a long time, so you don't have anything. There's no meat in that in a mashed potato with the Xbox right now. There's nothing. And Jet Set Future. Imagine if Sega was like, yo, the next Jet Set Radio will be exclusive on Xbox.
You just brought something up, but did you see those? Because I
did see it. It looked pretty cool. It did look pretty cool.
Yeah. So somebody is. I'm gonna look for it, but yeah, Jet Set Radio Future looks like it's getting a spiritual successor.
Yeah, but
so that's.
Imagine if Sega would have teamed up saying it was exclusive to Xbox.
I know.
Even if it's a remake, a remaster, or fully 100% X. Powered by Xbox Series X that you could play with like 20 people doing the same shit in the world, and it would be Jet Set Radio Future, but just a fully like overdone game. I think you would have sold me on that.
Yeah, I know. Just to throw the name out there, it's called Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I saw the trailer of that. It looks pretty cool.
And it's the developers are Team Reptile, who are behind Lethal League Blaze, which also features a lot of homages to Jet Set. Okay. So, and it has a following, and people really like the game. So, hopefully, dude, it looks really cool. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think that again, I think Xbox just doesn't have the. I think their exclusive games don't have the power they used to.
Yeah. I agree.
Like Fable, I didn't care for. Like, oh, Fable.
Yeah, that's true. They had the really nothing teaser for Fable.
But you see how fast I forgot it. Like, Fable was there. Oh yeah, Fable was there. I don't care.
Yeah, I think that's a game that would have benefited from like some gameplay, because I heard again, I was watching the Giant Bomb presentation while they were watching it, and they were saying that game's been in development for at least 4 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, they didn't even show none of it. What?
Yeah.
All right.
Like,
So,
I actually cannot think of another Xbox franchise, to be honest.
the Yakuza series. Oh, not that one. The old. You remember Yakuza, the Reckless Driving
Yeah.
by Sega?
Yeah.
That was exclusive.
Oh wow, it was.
Yeah, it was. And Gun Valkyrie, also
Gun
by
Valkyrie.
Sega, was an exclusive.
I can't say
I
Like-
just say Otogi.
like
I missed those
like
games, but
Microsoft. Like Microsoft.
I don't think people remember those. But Otogi, I don't know if From Software made like a third-person action game, but that was published by Sega.
Okay.
This is weird.
What about like just like Microsoft made, like their teams and shit like that? Cuphead.
But they had to buy them.
Yeah. No, but it was exclusive to them, and then yeah, they bought them out.
But like, I think like a Microsoft Game Studios made game. I don't know. Gears and whatchamacallit?
Halo, Crackdown.
Halo. Ooh, you really want to say Crackdown?
It's one of their games. They gotta take it. They gotta get the name yelled at for that. I honestly cannot think of another franchise. Ninja Gaiden was originally an Xbox franchise, and then it moved to other systems. But that would have been something I would have been like,
But he's gone. The legendary Oatmeal Face is gone.
yeah. So
Hidegaki, he's no longer at Team Ninja. So
yeah. So I won't think it would be the same game either. And then
no.
what
The
else?
third one I heard is not that great.
What, Blink the Cat?
People thought he was
Honestly,
that girl. The game, The Gunk.
Yeah.
I think the team that made Blinks made that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no Blinks. So sorry.
Blinks I would have took. I was like, fuck it. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
done it in a long time. Blinks the Cat, whatever. Anyway, I cannot name you a Xbox franchise that.
Dead Rising. Dead Rising is it's not exclusive anymore.
No, it's not. It was
Damn,
for Xbox
was.
360.
Because after the fourth one, it went back to being on both.
Mhm.
Because you can get the DLC on PS4. Don't do that.
I
Don't.
agree with you 100% with Killer Instinct. I think if you would have showed a brand new Killer Instinct on the Xbox Series X, and that it's going to be exclusive, and it's going to start with maybe 10 characters, and if you own Killer Instinct Gold now, you get the first 10 characters on us, kind of thing.
Mhm. Oh yeah, they did also mention that the game's porting over. You're getting the upgrade for free for a few,
Yeah.
for whatever titles they had said that. But so
Yeah.
they're doing that too. So
But like
whatever.
everything they have though, like everything that's gonna be big and good is pretty much cross-platform. It's not exclusive to there. It may run better on Xbox, but it's still I can still get it on another system.
True. No, but they have made sure to only mention first party stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're getting Destiny special stuff, but again,
Yeah.
that's time exclusive stuff. I don't know if that's only on Xbox exclusive stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know, but I'm a little disappointed with Xbox. You gotta step it up. You could have easily did something with Killer Instinct. I think you should have showed something for a brand new Killer Instinct. I think that could have easily sold something here, especially for the big fighting game people. People will buy a system for a fighting game. As people don't understand the love people have for these fighting games. Like I know people literally bought PS4 for Street Fighter 5. They were disappointed after they bought it, but they bought Street Fighter 5 for the
Yeah,
PS4
yeah.
for the PS.
Yeah.
I loved
know
Killer
that.
Instinct. I thought Killer Instinct was a better game than Street Fighter 5.
Yeah. I still think it's a better game. It's criminally underrated,
Yeah.
and it was done so much love by its own community, but it's stuck on one. It's like It's kind of like Street Fighter is now, except Street Fighter has the lineage.
Yeah.
You know, Killer Instinct went defunct a long time ago and then came back,
Yeah.
and it was stuck on Xbox, and it's like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
So
So, yeah.
yeah,
No
that
brainer.
kind of. We'll see. Hopefully, more things come out, and they get more stuff. Because
Yeah.
right now it's looking like, So
Yeah,
um,
PS5 is looking more of a sell right now.
exclusive wise already, and the companies that already work there.
Yeah,
Like if you know Naughty Dog and Sucker Punch, and just who else they got working
yeah.
first party. Like what's Spider-Man? What's their team? Is that also
Insomniac.
Sucker Punch?
Insomniac.
Insomniac. You see what I'm saying? Like they
Insomniac
got
has two.
powerhouses with games.
Insomniac
But
has two
yeah,
powerhouses:
exactly.
Ratchet and Clank and Spider-Man.
And yeah, that's one of the exclusives.
Can't sleep
And
on
people
Ratchet and Clank. That game.
it's messed up, but you know what? It will be done. People were showing comparison pics of Halo to Ratchet and Clank, and Ratchet and Clank is ridiculous.
Ratchet, I will say this 100% on taking Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank looks better than a lot of games. No matter what system they had, that game always looked better than a lot of fucking games. They always did the best with the graphics in that game.
That's the benefit of first party.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like that full knowledge, and so we know that they're still there.
Yeah.
And that's one of the first games they showed was Ratchet and Clank.
And then also it does help that the PS4, the last like remaining games all scored like a 9 to 10.
I was just about to say
Ghost of Tsushima, and Last of Us 2, fucking God of War, Spider-Man,
Horizon. They got Gorilla. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like the tide is kind of changed because we know the quality of the companies already.
Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous.
If I think one thing that's going to help Xbox on their side is that Game Pass.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, Sony needs to step the game up.
Yeah.
100%.
That Game Pass is something that it could be something to be reckoned with if done properly. If it goes on different systems, if you're allowed to use the Game Pass on the Switch, or you're allowed to use the Game Pass on your TV as an app that you could play, like someone, you don't have to play the latest games, but if you could play Halo collections on your TV, all you need is a damn controller. That's a selling point. People will buy that pass just for that.
Sure.
So, I think that's something. I think that's where Microsoft is aiming for, more than the actual system. Is to have the Xbox Game Pass as a Netflix of video games.
Okay, that would make a lot of sense. I like that actually.
I think that's what they're aiming for, and I think that's what they started to aim for the last couple of years.
I mean, they got to do something.
Yeah, they do.
That's all I mean. They right about now, they got to do something.
Yeah, because Halo's not a selling point, but it looks good, but it's not a selling point.
Yeah, just not anymore. Like not what it once was.
No, it doesn't have the hype behind it. Like honestly, dude, if you would actually put the TV series up, like currently now, and then announce the Halo that's gonna have connections to that show, people will go fucking gaga over the shit. But the fact that people don't know Halo anymore it's sad. Like you know the name, but you don't remember it.
Yeah, 5 was a while ago, wasn't it?
A while, yeah. Like it's like look at Witcher, for example.
Yeah,
Witcher got a boom in sales right after that show came on.
Yeah, that's true. Damn.
So, yeah.
Oh man, they need to make a Castlevania game. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, all I'm saying, like, look at Last of Us. Last of Us is gonna get a booming in sales too once that TV show hits.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
especially if it's good. That's the thing.
And they have people. They have good people on it. So it's like, and it's not gonna be on HBO. It's gonna be on HBO. So there's gonna be a lot of blood and everything too. So yeah. Anyway, let's get into this verdict.
All right. So once again, we have to go to the Resident Evil. This time, Extinction from 2007.
Yep.
This one came out in the U.S. on September 21st. Did you see it in the theaters, Mer?
This was actually the last one I did see in theaters, and I was so disappointed with this movie.
Gotcha. I did not see this one. This is actually the first time I've seen this one.
Yeah.
So I missed a huge gap in the story, so I saw the movie after it and was like, "What?" Because this one ends on a hell of a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So once again, we have Alice, the made-up character of Paul W.S. Anderson for the Resident Evil movie series,
Yeah.
which is his wife, Mila Jovovich. This is basically just her series of movies, if you forgot.
Yeah. And Ultraviolet, but we don't talk about that one.
No, true enough. I mean, I will say it's funny at the way this movie is shot. I'm not gonna say it reminded me of Ultraviolet, but I can see where. Hold on, bear with me. That movie is really bad, but I can see where, like cinematography wise, like the angles, the shots for some of how they frame her character in this movie, like translates to, I guess, what was going on at that time.
Yeah.
And their lives or careers, because it's just a lot of the main character looking cool.
Yeah.
And a lot of the shots, like she's got this pretty cool outfit that when you really pay attention to it, you realize it makes no sense.
Yeah.
As far as protection from zombies, but whatever.
She had a romper on.
She has like halts, like it. Just look at her legs, man. That is not essential for fighting zombies. I'm just gonna. People complain about Jill's skirt. Come on. Anyway, other than her character just being a ridiculous badass, so this one is pretty much like the same people. Carlos Oliveira's in here. Clara's a new character, but she seems like an old character the way she's like introduced.
Yeah.
And she's played by Ali Lauder, from mostly known, I guess, from Heroes first, right?
Heroes and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. She was one of the thieves.
Got you. Do you remember her name, or does she not have a name as a thief?
She was the one that farted in the lasers.
Let's see. We have again the link to Tomb Raider. Ian Glenn as Dr. Isaacs is back.
Yep.
Newcomer Ashanti.
Yep.
As Nurse Betty.
I actually got excited when she died.
I was just like, that was so senseless. I didn't even understand your sacrifice, but
she was Chrissy. She was Chrissy in Jay and Silent Bob. It was Missy, Chrissy, and
oh, okay. Nah, damn, I gotta watch that movie again. It's been a while. I just want to bring this character up because she seems like a main character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the actress though. Spencer Locke, and her character's name was Kmart.
Yeah.
She's the teenage girl that was with them.
She was kind of like the one Claire was looking after.
Cherry. Yeah. Damn, I didn't even think about that. You got it.
Yeah. Well, Claire. That was like Claire's partner, like her sidekick and shit.
But most important. Well, let's just get this out of the way. Mike Epps reprises his role as LJ. We now have Jason O'Mara as Albert Wesker. So this was Wesker in the last movie as a cameo artist?
Yeah, he had a small, he got a small part on
so
that.
It's not his first like appearance, but we have him fully speaking and being a main character, main villain in the movie. So that's a first, but F all that, we got Lyndon Ashby as Chase, the Johnny Cage.
Yes.
Son, Johnny Cage. All right. So he made the movie a little bit better, even though he barely does anything and dies in unspectacular fashion.
Yeah.
But so this movie has a premise of the only way for them to survive, the survivors on Earth, the zombie virus has ravaged the entire planet.
Yeah. And
the only way to survive is to stay moving. So basically, it's Mad Max. Like they have the giant semi with the shovel in front to mow zombies and debris out the way, and then they have the refuel in the back. So it's like carrying an envoy, I guess. I don't know where they came from. But somewhere along the way, they picked up Carlos and Mike Epps' character. Yeah. As they're returning from the last movie.
So, one thing. So Wesker, he only played Wesker in this movie. He doesn't play the next Wesker.
But was he the same guy in the last movie, or was it even a different one in that one?
It was, well, No.
or for like for a cameo or whatever.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
wasn't. It was someone different.
Damn, there's been 3 different
He
westerns.
does Batman. He talks Batman though.
Jason O'Mara?
Yeah.
Really?
He talks
Did I know
Batman
that?
in Justice League War. He talks Batman in Son of Batman. The Lannis Throne. The Nightwing Robin. The Batman versus Robin. Batman and the Bad Blood. Justice League Teen Titans. He talks Batman. He talks Batman in a lot of things. Justice League Dark. He talks Batman. Man of Steel. The Death of Superman. Batman. Hush. Batman. Hush. Batman. The Reign of Superman, Batman, and Death of Superman, Batman, and the last one, Dark. He talks Batman.
Damn. son.
He's in
that-
Agents of Shield, so he's a double agent. He works for DC and Marvel.
Yeah, I see. And Capcom.
Yeah,
Just, well, damn. So he's well, like you said, unfortunately, he's only in this movie, right?
yeah,
Well, he's also a badass in Wesker. This one doesn't really get to do anything except just be a like condescending dick
yeah,
and be like on video call in like simulated 3D or whatever.
yeah.
But basically the whole crux of this movie is you have to stay on the move,
Yeah.
or that their characters had to stay on the move. But she disbanded from the group to stay away from them because she was being watched by satellites. So she was off the grid. She tells you that later
Yeah.
in explicit detail.
After like blowing up a satellite with her eyes in the first.
No, she didn't blow up the satellite. She fried the chip.
Yeah.
No, that was before she fried the chip. But
That
that
was
was
in the last-
after
yeah.
she killed the birds
Yeah.
with an inferno. Man, yeah. So if you don't remember the last movie, Alice's latent abilities woke up.
Yeah.
I don't know if they predicted that she would have that, but she has they call psionic abilities in this movie.
She became an X-Men.
Yeah, she's basically Phoenix. Well, she's Jean Grey. She's not uncontrollable yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she's Jean Grey. And so now she at first you see her just surviving, but I guess they're showing she's still not all powerful because she can still get duped by a bunch of hillbilly rednecks, and almost eaten by mutated dogs. But she's strong enough to kill a man in one kick.
Yep.
Because she kills the guy when he tries to basically rape her
Yeah.
in front of the rest of that creepy family.
They cheered him on too.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah, go get her.
Yeah, yeah. Show what you got. And that's a line from the movie. And so she's still somewhat of a badass, but I think the using the mental powers it weakens her, so she
Yeah.
can't just abuse it.
Good. She
But
actually
still,
has a weakness.
she's ridiculously overpowered.
Yeah.
Insane. So she slowly starts to get the trail of Umbrella,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time, the survivor group is trying to make their way to anywhere they can find that's safe. So they find a camp.
Yeah.
I guess to refuel at first, and you know their cargo, precious cargo, is basically just human lives, but they have a bunch of children.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like an interesting thing to have for the movie, is to have children in the movie,
Yeah.
because usually they just you just assume they're all dead,
Yeah.
or they just don't show what happens to them. So this movie like is different in the fact that it's like, yeah, there's a bunch of children. I guess some of them die when they get pecked to death by the mutant crows who've been eating dead bodies. So who've been eating zombie bodies. So now they're zombie crows with bugged out eyes, which I thought was hilarious. Like that whole scene. Do you see their eyes? They just show the crow, and his eyes are just bulging out of his head. Like, it's nuts. Bad CG in that part too. When the crows hit the window, it looks like just 1999 all over again. Stop it. So you're reintroduced to a lot of the characters. Like I said, LJ, which is Mike Epps, and Carlos. But quickly things go for the worse. LJ gets bit when he goes inside when they were cleaning the place out. He gets bit, and he hides it. That becomes a key story point. And then like a third of the convoy gets murdered by the crows, which a murder of crows, which makes sense. But they are saved by the telekinetic Alice, who deflects a flamethrower that was on top of one of the trucks from one of the guys. It was kind of cool when the sky lit up, but it's like, damn son, why you mad powerful for? Like, come on. And then meanwhile, you got the Umbrella executives having meetings about what to do. The main bad guy from the last movie, the scientist, was it Dr.
Isaac?
Dr. Isaacs. He basically has theory that he can control them.
Yeah.
So that's the means to his end now. Now he wants to control the zombies.
That was a funny ass scene too.
It was kind of funny.
He was like teaching the zombie how to do shit, and he like got
the
pissed with
zombie
the
was so basically what he wanted to do was like he said he found a way to use Alice, her blood.
Yeah.
So they were cloning her constantly to get this down. And then that's when you see the hundreds, because that's the other thing. It opens up with an Alice clone getting murdered.
Yeah,
because it's going through the trials.
You see all the ones that got murdered afterwards too. And
the
body.
They just dump it. They just shoot her in the head and dump her. It's like all types of messed up. But they use those to further his research to what he wants to do now is control zombies.
Yeah.
So Wesker's interested in it, and like puts all the resources behind it, but he ends up still limiting what he can do, and eventually he kind of becomes rogue. But I was gonna say, Merc, to you, is that this seemed out of character for Wesker, because Wesker seemed like the scientist.
Yeah.
In the games, Wesker would be the one to disobey Umbrella's direct orders to go after some crazy shit.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
He seemed different. I didn't really care for the character.
He seemed reserved. Yeah, like he still had the he's powerful, and therefore he can be as much of a dick to you as he wants.
Yeah.
They still got that part right, but this part seemed out of character for me. Like, why would he stop him from pursuing the ultimate conquest at any means necessary? That sounds like what Wesker does all day, every day. Yeah. so yeah, just that kind of threw me off. But basically the plot is he wants to control zombies. They have a funny scene, like you said, which is probably one of the best scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
Where they get the zombie, they inject it. It works for a little bit, where the zombies like give him the cell phone, he tries to make a phone call, give him the camera, he takes a picture. They let him play with some blocks, and he puts everything in the right place to show he has reasoning skills and memory. And then he just snaps and just goes, and just like, so then he realizes he made super zombies, like berserker zombies basically. So that's like a new, now they have a new weapon to the arsenal. And so that's kind of like the key adversary is that doctor and his berserker zombies trying to kill Alice. Well, at one point they say they want her in one piece.
Yeah.
Those guys look like they'll tear her apart. I don't know. My main thing with this movie that I don't like though is just how many characters they introduce, either just to kill them off.
Yeah.
Therefore, you never care. Like Ashanti's character, the bus driver. Like you can all tell that they were like probably actors in their own right, main characters, but they just die off.
Yeah.
With no explanation of who they are and their backstory.
They're just part of the team, and that was about it.
Yeah, basically. The bus driver can count beans by shaking the inside.
Yeah.
So you get little glimpses of the relationships, but like even the main character Claire, you don't get information enough for you to want to care about whether she lives or dies. You just care because you know her name is Claire.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what this movie is, and it's like that's not great.
Yeah.
And it's kind of one note. As kind of what I said is like, I said it's the Mortal Kombat thing, but it's like it's not the Mortal Kombat's problem because of the way that movie is dealt with. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
I want to call this the Paul W.S. Anderson special.
Yeah.
Because it's introduced a bunch of cool new characters, and let's not tell you shit. And that's basically it. Like, if you're not a part of the main story thread, you could live or die. But your backstory will not be filled out. That's kind of what this is. Like, you get more and more and more detail into somewhat of what goes on with the Umbrella executives. So you see Wesker, you know, like he's a really big deal. Like they make sure to fill that out for you. You see Dr. Isaacs, you get more about him. You see him reporting to his superiors. You see his motives. His whole thing changes when he gets bitten. So then he gets bitten by one of his berserker zombies. So then he injects the cure from her blood, but they're made with her blood. And then he turns into a tyrant that can shoot his arm like a tentacle. That's ridiculous. But I mean, it's still kind of cool.
Yeah, it didn't look bad.
It's Resident Evil. Like it fits to a T. Like nothing's out of place with that. Like, but my point is, Resident Evil kind of does give you a reason to care about the characters.
Yeah.
Like Leon, you know who he is. You know he's a rookie cop, and that was his first day, and he was there, and that he's not trained to be in that situation.
Yeah.
And that they introduced that to you, and this is the first time you saw the character.
Yeah.
And that was in a video game. This is a movie, and they failed to introduce you to one of the main characters in the series, Claire.
Yeah.
She's just there and doing things. It's like
she's just in the middle of everything, and she's a badass. She knows how to fight. That's all you know.
Yeah, they have a cool scene with her with an old school repeater, just taking out zombies. But
and
she loses
they
her
focused
tech
on her
guy.
butt a lot too.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah,
That's true. Just a lot of cool guns. Like again, it's the part when they were being chased up the ramp, and like everybody had a set piece to go to. Everybody had a standoff station.
Yeah.
Basically, that's like the Paul W.S. Anderson special.
Yeah.
Where it's like formulaic. It's like these characters are gonna go here, and there's gonna be a set piece here, and this guy's gonna go here, and he's gonna have a set piece here, and she's gonna do this, and like everything flows like that. And then once you start to see it, it's like,
yeah.
If it's not as good, it's kind of, you can see the formula, and thus becomes less fun. That's what this movie was for me. It's just like, it's just less fun.
I agree with it. Like it was just the same in a different setting.
Mm-hmm.
And just again, like I feel like the characters should have at least had backstory to bring in Claire. You could have had it like as a bonus like credit scene in the second movie, so we know exactly what to expect at least, you know. So if you know it's Claire, it's Claire.
Yeah, Jill's completely gone, so they already replaced the character. It's like when you do the thing of bring back characters to show that this is a continuation, and we will bring them back, like they did with Carlos and LJ.
Yeah.
It makes you go, but why you introduce new ones and don't tell me who they are at all? And then take out characters like Jill. Yeah. Like, what?
Okay.
But anyway.
Yeah.
I give it a 3. It wasn't bad, but that was my main gripe with it. It felt really hollow.
Yeah, and I think it was a little longer than it should have been. Like, especially if you're not really diving into any of these characters, so the length of the movie could have been a little shorter. If you're not gonna, you only really focused on were the relationships that were in the past movie. You didn't really care. Like they had cross paths with Claire and Alice, but there wasn't really much there to really sink your teeth into, especially me wanting to see where this goes and things like that. But the ending at least gave you the whole where it's gonna go, and it's gonna be interesting for the next movie, which we gotta see 3 Uembo movies in between.
Oh boy. Womp womp.
I'll give it a 3.
Go ahead.
I put it right after Doom in my list.
Okay. Yeah. I put it tied with the last. Wait, what did I give the last one? Did I get 3.5 or
3.5 was the Apocalypse.
Yeah, I gotta give it less. I gotta give it a 3.
Okay.
So it's not.
So
it's under that movie then.
So our rankings of now, with Resident Evil 3 added into it. Number 1 is Mortal Kombat. Number 2 is Super Mario DOA for you. Number 3 is DOA and Super Mario for you. 4 is Double Dragon. 5 is Street Fighter. 6 is Tomb Raider. 7 is Resident Evil 2. 8 is Doom. 9 is Resident Evil Extinction. 10 is Silent Hill. 11 is Resident Evil. 12 is Tomb Raider 2. 13 is Wing Commander. 14 is House of the Dead. 15 is Blood Rain. 16 is MK2 for me. Alone in the Dark for you. 17 is Alone in the Dark for me, and MK2 for you.
Okay, gotcha.
As long as MK is in the bottom.
Yes, always.
So next week, it is back with a Wimbo movie. We got Postal next week.
Okay. And some of our favorite actors will return.
I like Zach Ward. At least he's the lead actor in this movie.
Was he one of the guys from all of his?
He
movies?
was in Doom. No, he was in Resident Evil 2.
As which character?
He was the partner of Carlos.
The one that said you said he was Nikolai, or was he Mikhail? I forget. Yes, the Russian guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha. So he's the main actor of that movie. So hopefully, it's a good one.
Hopefully,
Very
right?
optimistic. Anyway, I guess we'll wrap this up.
Okay. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere. That is RedCycloneInc. That is on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. That is on YouTube and SoundCloud, where you can hear the Wrestling Babble podcast. And also the Facebook group, RedCycloneInc, and the WordPress.
Yep.
Where you at, Mark?
Follow me on all the social medias on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, SoundCloud, Twitch TV, and YouTube. All Mark with the Mic. Follow our Facebook pages, the RedCycloneInc and the Wrestling Babble pages. And I'll shout out our other cast. We did Shell Shock and Another Trekkie, so expect those sometime this month. We did a Shoot the Shit for Not a Trekkie during the prequels, and then we also did the first Michael Bay movie. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It was another bad movie I had to watch this week. At least Resident Evil was better than the Michael Bay Turtles. It was better.
I mean, it gave you the thing. Like it had a tyrant fight. It had evil scientists, the Wesker. What else? Zombies.
Yeah.
Dogs. Right. It had everything.
Yeah.
So can't be mad. It didn't give you what it
Exactly.
said. It just was hollow.
Yeah. Yeah. That's about it. So peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.
The sandwiches are not supposed to be.
Let's remix it.